Just hours earlier, the governor signed bills into law that will expand background checks and create new safe storage requirements. News 8's Kyle Mitchell has reaction from supporters and opponents of the new laws.
The governor says the new laws will make Michiganders safer, but opponents say it just punishes lawful gun owners. Governor Whitmer signed new gun legislation this morning she says is simply common sense.
All of these initiatives are supported by a majority of Michiganders.
The new laws that will go into effect next year will expand background checks to include guns sold between individuals. Under current law, all guns purchased at retail stores already require background checks for shotguns, rifles, and pistols. They will also require gun owners to keep unloaded firearms in a locked container for households where children are likely to be on the property.
I can't tell you how happy I am. On the inside, I'm just bursting. We've been waiting for so many years.
Mark and Rick O'Melian from Plainwell were on hand to watch the signing this morning. Their daughter Maggie was studying at Kalamazoo College when she was murdered by an ex-boyfriend in 1999.
The fact that we're here today talking about it with so many people, from law enforcement, legislators, shows that this is something that Michiganders support.
The governor signed the legislation surrounded by supporters of the bill on the campus of Michigan State University, where 3 students were killed 2 months ago and 5 others were injured.
Just trying to limit guns only limits it from the law abiders.
Opponents of the laws say they will not be effective in reducing gun violence in the state.
Let's look around the nation. Let's look at Chicago, which has some of the most restrictive gun laws in the nation, or some of the other urban cities as well, and look to see if they're being effective. And in my mind, since I don't see that as being effective, let's try to find those other things that can help people before they come to that point.
There are also concerns about the burden expanding background checks will put on local law enforcement and the funding that will be needed to support the program. As for safe storage, Representative Luke Meerman says there are already laws that address this issue.
For those that are suggesting a safe storage is useful, they're trying to keep kids from getting the guns. We have penalties out there now for somebody if your gun is used in the commitment of a crime, especially if it wasn't properly secured.
In Lansing, Kyle Mitchell, News 8.